Hello, this is Rev Dore Compassion, teaching the science of mind, faith, philosophy, and way of life from beautiful Sarasota. You know, compassion is perhaps the highest of all human values. So that's what we're going to talk about today, compassion. Compassion is an English word taken from the Latin, which means with suffering. What it really means is to be able to feel another's sorrow, pain, or anguish, and to show great empathy for them. But you know, it's a lot more than empathy. It's the urge and desire to do something to alleviate another's pain or suffering. It's the impulse that motivates Angelina Jolie, Bono, Bon Jovie, Bill Gates, and so many others in the public eye to use their celebrity and wealth to make a difference in tragic and chaotic situations around the world, such as the Congo and some of the areas in Africa where the children are in such danger and malnutrition. The compassionate individual doesn't just feel sorry for those kids who are in pain or suffering injustice. He does something about it. Compassion is the most human of virtues and perhaps the highest. It is really the ability to put oneself in the shoes of the other person and feel what it is to be them in this time. It's a virtue that the selfish and the self-centered rarely, if ever, experience, because if your thoughts are focused on the magnificence of you all the time, then you don't have much thought for the plight of the billions not living the good life. We're all magnificent beings. We're all created by and from the very mind of God, the universe, the great soul, whatever you want to call it. But the compassionate have the gift for caring for others without wearing a hair shirt, without feeling guilty, without feeling that they are nothing in comparison. They know that their success does not take one thing away from another person, but it does impose a responsibility on them to keep their wealth, their success, and joy in circulation for the good of more than just the almighty me. Their motives are pure. The compassionate do not do what they do for publicity or self-aggrandizement, although they may use publicity and their celebrity to promote their cause, and thereby influence millions of other people to open their hearts and wallets and to help with the work. After all, that's the point of what they're doing. They're influentials, and they can move millions of hearts and minds. What about the regular blokes who go to work each day like you and me and pay our taxes and just get by in life? Can we experience the soul expansion of compassion? Well, of course. Next time you go to the grocery store, look at the name tag on the cashier and think about standing on your feet for 10 hours a day doing what he or she does, and give them a kind word and a smile. In traffic, give the other driver a break when he cuts you off without the one-finger salute and the profanity. After all, you're not perfect either, are you? When your son or daughter needs your attention, stop what you're doing and give it to them. I don't care what you're doing. They are your greatest blessing, and when they come to you, no matter what the reason, they're really saying, I need to bond with my dad or my mom for a while. I need to feel loved. They're coming for love's what they're doing. Homework might be the excuse. All the presents and gifts in the world pale to nothing compared with a day out with Dad or a mother-daughter talk over milkshakes. That is what your children so desperately want. You, your undivided attention. Years later, they will remember these times with you, but they'll never remember presents that you gave them or your hard work at the factory or office to support them. Truly being present for your children, your greatest gift from God, is the highest expression of compassion, because you will have learned to put them before fixing the sink, reading the paper, or watching your ball game. You will have learned to see beyond a daughter or a son and see the person, the divine human, the creation of God. Perhaps for the first time, you'll be able to walk in their shoes for a little while to feel like what it is to be your child. Compassion is heart to heart, and it's a symptom of spiritual awareness and maturity. It's a signpost of personal unfoldment in a human being and as a creation of the Most High God. Compassion's a signal that you're in touch at last with the indwelling God, call it the Holy Spirit if you prefer, which is the truth of your being. The compassionate person exhibits an understanding that all life is one. All life sprang from the mind of God and was created by the Word. All life is sacred and should be respected. Yes, we might eat plants and animals. They're here to provide our needs. But we should do so with respect and gratitude for their service to us. You know, I'm far enough in my journey of compassion that I save all the little critters around my house that I can, rather than kill them. Spiders get a free trip outside after a short journey in a small covered basket that I keep for the purpose. Bees and wasps are encouraged with a broom to go outside, for there are no flowers to pollinate inside my air-conditioned Florida home. Now, roaches, I'm still working on them. They still get sprayed, but we'll see if I can get past that. Give a thought to your own behavior or way of life. Do you feel others' pain and relate to their situation? You don't have to share it, but you should never ignore it. Do what you can when you can, within your means, to help those less fortunate in your community, particularly in these tough economic times. If nothing else, a kind word, a smile, a brief touch can do more than you might believe. It's an often cold world out there, and one bit of kindness can feed a soul in need for weeks. Be the one that extends your heart to theirs, your helping hand in their hand, if possible. Above all, don't reserve your compassion for strangers while treating your own family as projects to improve or to shape up. Love those in your own world, in your own home, and friends, for they are the ones who will be gathered around you at special times and on the last day of your life. I don't know about you, but I want all my loved ones around me when I make my transition, and I want to see them smiling and celebrating my life. Now, they can cry if they have to after I'm out of my body. I want that funeral home packed, and I will be there to see it and enjoy it. You just might not see me, though, unless you've mastered compassion. In love and light, God bless you. Till we speak again. Rev Dore Compassion saying bye-bye for now.